Hello there. Hi guys. I'm sorry that there was no live last week. I promise there will be a live again this week. I will explain everything in the live because then we'll have time to talk about all the tea, all the things going on. Right now, I don't have all that time for all that jazz, so let's focus on this video. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to me building things and telling stories. So there's no cinematic for this video because recording it was a little bit of a shit show, as I explained last time on the live, because I accidentally didn't record correctly building this thing the first time. So I had to delete most of this habitat, like this thing that I'm building right here, this little dome thing. I had to delete the first one I built and rebuild it because I wanted to show you guys how I built it. And I was like, shit, what am I gonna do? So I deleted most of the foliage, the whole climbing structure I built, and that little dome shelter thing that I'm building on top, just so I can rebuild it on camera. Yeah, I know. I know. So the story I want to tell today is about the Cradle of Humankind, right? So, because it's going to tie into other stories that I'm going to tell later on, or things that I'm interested in that I'm going to speak about later on, right? So I say stories, but they're not really stories. It's based in fact, and then just covered with my own opinion, you know. And then I would love to hear other people's opinions on the topics also, because I like talking about this shit. So, okay, so the Cradle of Humankind is in Africa. Some think it's in South Africa. Others think it's more a little bit north to like the central side of Africa, but it doesn't matter. Point is that the first, like the oldest hominid fossils and skeletons that we found were found in caves in Africa, and these are about 7 million years old. Yeah, just I'm gonna give you a second to just absorb 7 million years, right? That makes 1,000 years ago seem like bullshit. So always when people are like, oh yeah, 1,000 or 1,500, and I'm like, I don't fuck with that little time ago. I fuck with like long ago. That's what I want to know more about, like the long ago. We know enough about just recent, you know, by now. Anyways, so hominids were like the first apes to basically walk upright and make their own little tools and stuff, right? To like kind of have a consciousness, if I can put it that way. Not really a consciousness, just to understand, like more human understanding of how to be. Like they had little tribes and things like that, right? But not very advanced. I mean, these are like pre-Neanderthals, so most basic of humans that they were ever. And they were actually not really humans. They were more apes still than they were humans. They're actually closer to gorillas and chimpanzees than they are to humans, actually, those. So that's why I chose the gorilla habitat, because there's another story about apes that I want to tell. So I thought maybe we'll keep that one for the chimpanzees, and then we do the gorillas first with Cradle of Humankind. Okay, so, and also then we went on to find the first stone tools that we have found on Earth have been made was from 2.6 million years ago, and those were also found in Africa in caves. So that's why there's this cave underneath this place, because most of the caves look very similar. It's African caves. I don't know, for me it's like that's what a cave looks like because I'm from Africa. So to me it was just like, oh, let's build a cave. So yeah, anyways, and then the first people to have been able to control fire, right? So the first ancestors that we have that were able to like build a little fire and make food, they are also from Africa. They're from about 200,000 years ago. Okay, so let's put that into perspective, right? 200,000 years ago, they were already basic Neanderthal, like I'm just using Neanderthal because that's the word all of us learned long ago for basic humans, but we know now that there's many different species now. Neanderthal is just a species of like early humans, but you get what I mean. Like let's use early humans rather. So there were early humans already in Africa 200,000 years ago. Now, later on, these facts that I'm giving you are gonna be important in later videos of mine. But I'm just gonna drop this a little bit here, and then we'll finish watching me build the thing, and I'll come chat to you again in the outro. But I'll let all of this information just simmer with you and have you think a bit about where am I going with all of this, right? Okay, so 200,000 years ago. Then it is believed that the Younger Dryas period now the Younger Dryas, for those who don't know, is the period which we now believe there was the last ice age and a great flood ending, and there was lots of chaos, okay? The last ice age and the last big fucking environmental catastrophic era was the Younger Dryas. That's my understanding from it. That was about 12 to 20,000 BC, right? Okay, so that's about 14,000 to 22,000 years ago. It's not 200,000, but that also, now that the first when Homer wrote about Atlantis and the period that he wrote about it, I mean, like 5,000, 8,000, somewhere there, around there BC. But all of this happened apparently before. So all of that happened like about, let's say, from my guessing. I don't have any evidence to prove this, but this is what my belief is from gathering little clues. And as we go through these videos, I'll give you more of those, because it's going to take a video to explain each of these little clues. That's why I'm making this series. So my thinking is that Atlantis should have been about 30,000 years ago, around that time. And I kind of believe Genesis, the book of Genesis, ties into that also, and it also comes from there, that time period. And yeah, we'll get to the rest of that. That's going to be important. But I believe that this is all very important to how we got here, because I believe in both creation and evolution, and I feel like all humans on earth need to start understanding that it's not one or the other, it's everything. Yeah, we have to take that'll make sense later also more. But I believe that there was a basic human that started being evolved naturally on this planet from about 7 million years ago, right? And then somebody maybe came and saw, maybe if I twinkle a little bit with genes here and there, we can make them a lot fucking smarter and more efficient, and you can kind of use them for things, you know? And I think that explains a lot about, there's a lot of scientific proof, I think, for that, though. So we'll get to that when we get to those episodes. But for now, yeah, what do you think about the Cradle of Humankind? What is your belief about evolution and creationism? And what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you strongly disagree with me? I don't mind either or, but I love having these kinds of conversations. Very interesting. Anyways, I hope you enjoy my gorilla habitat. It was a lot of fun to build this one, as you can see. Have fun watching. I'll be back in a little bit. And that is it. Look, it's so pretty, and there's a lot of people by now here. I did add later on like the information board. I don't know if that's in the video. Did add some information boards and stuff. We did have some issues with the climbing frame later on that I had to fix, but you know, it's all working now. Let's make some. No. This one. Yes, there we go. Okay. Thank you very much for watching my video, if you were watching, and I really appreciate all the watches and all the views. I will be back on Wednesday morning for a live, as per usual, and then we can get to know this nice white ape, so come back to meet her. I think it's a she. I'm pretty sure it's a she. I love the habitat. Let me know what you think about it. Would you like some of the pieces? Should I upload it to the workshop for you? I think I'm going to upload it for myself, or just save it for myself, at least for future reference, at the very least. Yeah. Anyways, have a great day, and thank you for coming here, and thank you for listening to my ADHD babble about interesting subjects. I hope you will come back and listen to some more babble, because it's going to get just more and more and more interesting. Obviously, I'm starting slow. And I'm building up to the really, really good topics. As you can see there in the distance, just now you could see the little peak of my sacred geometry building. So there's going to be a whole talk about that. That's going to be the Metatron's Q building. So yeah, make sure to subscribe so you can see when that's coming out and when that's happening. Yeah, thank you and have a good day. Bye.